Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're gonna try to get back to some read-throughs today. Like I mentioned a couple of other videos, this just tends to be kind of the hard time of the year for me. So video release and stuff are gonna be a little bit more sporadic than they normally are, or what I would like. But yeah, apart from that, just a lot of family stuff going on as well, which has kind of been a little bit demotivating. Trying to sit down and record these videos. We're going to try to get back to it today. So the current plan is we'll get around to I'll start the next volume of Berserk this time. And then next week we'll get back to the Shonen Jump videos. Because current thing is I'm only going to start be covering Spy Family on this channel for now. And that's been on a little bit of a hiatus since the anime and stuff has come out. So Mendo's been busy with that behind the scenes. But next week we'll try to get back to the 2 rotations of normal videos we do for the read-throughs going forward. We'll see how all that goes. We've got some good stuff coming your way today either way. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let us dive into it with the Berserk 2nd Deluxe Edition volume. And like we did before, I think this will cover a couple of volumes in each. Yes, it covers volumes 4, 5, and 6. So I'll try to get through volume 4 in this video. We'll see how long it goes. We'll either do 45 minutes-ish long video, or we'll see if we get through the volume before that. We start off with the Golden Age Chapter 2. I'm also going to start this off with a small trigger warning because we are going to be diving straight into an SA scene as well. So we're going to start off with Donovan assaulting baby Guts and all that. So if you want to just kind of skip past that, let's say skip like a minute or 2 minutes ahead in this video, we should be getting past that. But yeah, we pick up where we left off last time with Donovan kind of making his way into Guts' tent as he kind of just binds a little cloth between his teeth. And he goes, "Quit struggling. I ain't here to eat ya. Come on, relax, and it'll be over soon." And he goes, "Heh, happens all the time in armies." And you see Guts trying to fight back as he elbows him in the face. And he tries to kick him off him, and as he's trying to reach for his sword, you see Donovan kind of just like kicking him in the guts and sending him flying back. And he goes, "Damn, kid, fights like a wildcat." And you see Donovan just like grabbing him, hoisting him up by the throat and going, "Enough! Enough of your wriggling. I paid Gambino good money." And you see Guts is kind of shocked by this. He goes, "This guy bought you for the night. Paid Gambino 3 silver coins. Gambino sold your ass out." And then Guts is like, "No, that's a lie." And you see next morning as he walks out, just and you see, fucking Christ, man. And you see poor Guts just kind of lying there like dead-eyed with like all these bruises all over his body. And the little piece of cloth like wrapped around his neck that Gambino was using. And you see as what the fuck is it? Not Gambino? Donovan was using it. So you see Gambino standing outside his thing, just shaving his fuzz with a little small little blade. And he goes, "Oh," as he nicks himself. And he's like, "Ow." And he hears Guts, and he sees Guts behind him as he's holding up his weapon. He's like, "Go on and make breakfast. Feed the chickens too." And you see Guts just staring at him. And he's like, "What? You want to do sword practice this early? Sorry, but I got a hangover. Do it someplace else." And Guts is like, "You mean Gambino doesn't know about last night?" He's like, "Get a move on." And he's got Gambino. And he's like, "Yeah?" And he's like, "Never mind." And as he walks off, you see Guts just kind of like grabbing his sword as he splits a nearby barrel in half with it. And you see later as the army's marching through the woods. "Yeah, sure are a lot of them. Don't let it scare you. They just got beaten. Morale's down low. Now listen up. Our sponsors ordered to hit them so hard they'll never even think of forming another army. Of course, we agree that all plunder becomes ours. As always, to the swift go the spoils." And you see as Gambino or Guts is watching Donovan, he kind of just smirks at him. And you hear a charge! And you see him like rushing into battle against another enemy force as they're all clashing blades. And you see Guts just like cutting through some of them. And you see Donovan also just having like a good time. He splits the guy's helmet with his axe. And he sees two of them running away into the woods, and he goes, "Where do you think you're going?" And as he chases him down, he cuts him down. And from behind, you see someone firing a crossbow bolt straight through his chest. And he's like, "Gah!" And he sees just Guts sitting there on a steed, with this ruthless look on his face. He's like, "Guts, you little..." Oh, fuck. I do love him getting his revenge. You see the next crossbow bolt, he shoots it right through his mouth. And as Donovan falls off his horse, just kind of choking on his own blood, you see Guts coming up and pulling his sword on him and going, "Say it! Say it again! Who sold me out? Say it!" And as he's trying to cough, he's like, "Gaz, I dare you to say it!" And then Guts just drives his sword right into Gambino. I keep messing up the names, right into Donovan's mouth. And he's just like, and he stumbles back against the tree, like lets out a deep breath. And he sees him just riding away back into the battle. "Jeff, charge! Just one more push!" And you see a bunch of cannons being fired off by the enemy side. As Guts is like, "Gambino!" And he goes back and he sees, is that Gambino? Or is there someone else? He's someone buried under like a pile of dirt after the explosion. Or it is Gambino. Ooh, damn, he's lost a leg apparently in that little crossfire volley. To see later that evening he lost a lot of blood, but I managed to save him. So come on, he managed to last with a battle like this? It ain't like he died that easy. Still, with that leg, I expect he'll never fight again. Chances are, we've got to think about what to do. And about a new leader. I say Duncan for now. You see like all the other rest of his men walking out of the tent. And you see Gus just sitting on a stool next to him. And he's like, "You've always acted superior to me. High and mighty, selfish, cold, always smiling like you're looking down your nose at other people." And he thinks Benny's just kind of like touching a little scar on his face that he got from the Gambino's first kind of duel with him. And as he's waking up, he's like, "Wait, don't die on me." He's like, "Sis, I'm on my way back." And you see as like his arms like reaching out, Gus just kind of clasps it in both of his small little hands. And he's just like, Dawn's like, "That ain't you." He's like, "It don't sound like you at all, Gambino." And you see 2 years later as they're involved in another sortie. And you see Guts fighting off against one of the enemy leader as he kind of managed to slash him through the throat under his armor. And later that night he rushes back with Gambino! And you have Gambino just playing with a small dog, like good dog. He's like, "Gambino, look at this! I killed the enemy general! I won the reward for it! This much should get you plenty of wine and women." He's like, "Meat?" He's like, "Huh? You know, meat for the dog." And Guts is like, "Oh." He's like, "What's wrong? Hurry and get it." He's like, "Hurry and get it!" And he kind of just backhands Guts. Or not his backhands, right? Hits him with the little walking crutch he has. And you see all his men kind of just staring in shock. As Guts just kind of like wipes away the blood of the corner of his mouth. And he goes, "I'll go get some." And he's just like, "Bah!" And as the dog's watching, he also kicks it angrily. It's like, "There's big bad Gambino up on his hill. We should all be so lucky." He's like, "Hey, say that again." It's like, "Go on, say it again." It's like, "No, we didn't really." It's like, "Hey, Gambino, don't get worked up. It was a joke. A joke." He's like, "A joke? Then why don't we see how sharp your wit is? I don't care if there's two of you," as he tries to draw out his sword. And he points it at them as they kind of just go, "Eek!" It's like, "If you ain't brave enough to fight a wounded man, I don't want to hear any of your crap." And you see Gambino just walking off angrily with this furious look on his face. And you see as Guts hits and ties his tent, he just throws a little coin bag on a little fit of anger. And he just starts slashing things wildly with his sword as he just kind of crumples to the ground after that. And you see later that night as it's kind of just storming outside, he's laying awake, restless in bed. He's like, "I should stop thinking about it. Right now, all I need to think about is surviving tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll kill lots of enemies again. Earn lots of money." And as you hear a thunder flash, he sees Gambino heading into his room as he tries to slash into Guts' bed. He's like, "Gambino, what are you..." He's like, Gambino? He's like, he's drunk. He's like, it was so careless of me. Things are like this all because I let you stay here. I figured you'd just die before long. Puny little runt shouldn't have even been alive anyway. But what happened? Sis, the one who picked you up, died. Then I lost a leg and had to quit as leader. Too stupid even for a joke. What the hell have you got against me? Giving me evil for good? What have you got against me, huh? He's like, Gambino, He's like, you're a devil's child, Guts. A cursed kid who's nothing but bad luck. You should have died on that day 11 years ago beneath your mother's corpse. It's like, you should have died. And as Gambino kind of slashes down towards him again, Guts dodges out of the way and goes and grabs his sword and blocks the hit. And he kind of falls on a nearby table and breaks it. He's like, I'll let you in on something. You remember what happened the night of your first battle? Donovan bought you for 3 silver coins. I'm the one he paid. And he's like, no. I was like, why? He's like, why? Because I was sick of you, that's why. You killed Sis. And then you followed me around like some lonely puppy. And you see poor Guts is just kind of like breaking down. Oh, fucking Christ, man. See poor Guts just kind of breaking down in tears. And you see the next page as he stabs his sword straight through Gambino's throat. As you have the Golden Age, Chapter 3. He's like, you killed Sis. As Gambino's body just kind of collapses in on him. And you see Guts kind of just sitting there shell-shocked. He's like, Gambino? He's like, It's like, a tent's on fire. Night raid? It's like, it's Guts' tent. And as they go, all the mercenaries head inside. They go, Guts, you... It's like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? Did you kill him, Guts? It's like, damn you, answer me. And as he tries to draw his blade on him, Guts just like instinctively reacts and slashes his arm. He's like, you little creep. And Gus like, wait a sec, I didn't. And you see, as they try to slash him, like Gus just dodges through them and runs out of the tent. He's like, get back here. He's like, wow, damn it. And he runs over to the horse and goes, why? Why is this happening? He's like, what's going on? What, a night raid? It's like, Gambino was murdered? It's like, say what? It was Guts. Guts went and killed Gambino. It's like, you're kidding. What the hell? It's like, nah, it's true. This is the thanks that bastard gave him after living under his roof some 10 years. Think about it. Gambino was practically a father to him, and he damn well slaughtered him. He's a father killer. He's like, but why? You looked after him, didn't he? It's like, yes, it was too much of a burden. Gambino with his injury. Anyway, men who kill their fellows get hanged. We can't let him go. It's like, we shouldn't have ever picked him up. 11 years ago under that tree, he's an evil omen. A cursed kid who's nothing but bad luck. And as you see, they're all like mounted up with their armors. They're all chasing after him. And you see him just heading towards a cliff as one of the crossbow bolts takes him right through one of his shoulders. And he falls off the horse over the cliff. It's like, did you get him? It's like, yeah, I saw him jerk. It's like, any case, ain't no way he lived from this high up. It's like, feh. But Gambino can't rest in peace now. And you see all the mercenaries just walking back. As you at the bottom, Gus is just lying in like a small puddle, I guess. He's like, I can't move. It's like, it's not even my own body. Oh, man. That is a beautiful spread of like the night starry sky. And you have him just looking up at this like bright shining moon above. He's like, ugh. As he gets up. And he kind of drags the sword behind him with like his unwounded arm. He's like, I'm cold. I lost too much blood while I was out. It's like 2 broken ribs. It's like, where am I going anyway? Would have been easier just to lie there and die like that. There'd be nothing anymore. Here, there's only bad stuff. So where? And he sees like a group of wolves just staring down at him from above. As one of them lets out a howl, you see them all just rushing him. He's just like, it's over. Over. This is it. And you see as he just kind of like almost subconsciously just like pulls his sword up as to spear one of the wolves as it jumps on him. And he's like, eh? And as he collapses under its weight, you see the other kind of just like circling around him. As another one tries to approach me, also stabs that one through the middle. He's like, And you see as another one leaps towards, he also cuts that down. He just starts swinging like a swath through all of the wolves, cutting them down one after the other. And you see the rest kind of just like flinch back in fear and then just like run away scared. As Guts collapses again, he's like, Gambino. And you see as he collapses, you see a caravan heading up nearby. Yeah. Hey, look, he's just a kid. Is he alive? It's like, yeah, but he's in pretty bad shape. Did he kill all these wolves? No way. It's either way, he's got good luck. Getting found by us in the middle of the wilderness? It's like good luck with mercenaries like us? Oh yeah, Angus was saying he needed another man in his squad. Still though, what happened? An arrow wound? It's like, who knows? Maybe he's a runaway slave. The world's a strange place. And you have the next page with 4 years later, you see again, fucking man. You had a detail in this as you have like this big battle spread. But you have like, as you have the battering ram like breaking through the blockade with, go, make your way through. Whoever brings me the general's head gets all the rewards he wants. And you see like a bunch of men just getting sent flying back. As you see this giant like mountain of a man just standing there with his gigantic axe. And Jeff, it's Bazuso, the great knight Bazuso. He's like, you mean the Bazuso who killed 30 men at once? I heard he killed a bear unarmed. It's like, what happened to the archers? It's like, they're still outside the castle gate. It's like, no one's going to get past me. Anyone who wants their head smashed in, step right up. It's like, what are you waiting for? Defeat him and make yourself famous. You call yourselves knights? Charge. It's like, easy for him to say. I'm just a merc. Let him do it himself. And now it's like, unbelievable. You went, oh? As you see now with teenage Guts walking up with the gigantic sword on his back. Like, who's that? So it looks like a merc. It's like pretty young. It's like, hey, look at that sword. He's like, is that kid? Good grief, it's downright huge. Is that kid gonna swing that long thing around? The little punk showing off. The fool's gonna get himself killed. It's like, lad, are you saying you'll defeat Bazuso? And he's like, how much? What? It's for Metalhead here, the 30-man killer or whatever. It's like, I'm a merc. Unlike you knights, I can't live on glory. I get paid, got it? He's like, very well. In the event you manage to kill him, I'll give you 5 pieces of gold. It's like 10, like 7, and not one more. It's like, well, bah. He's like, you'll regret this, kid. Getting your head knocked off for 7 gold coins? A greenhorn brat like you on the battlefield must mean your side is running out of proper soldiers. Or are they cowards who hide in the shadow of children? And you see Guts just like blitzing in. He's like, what? What? As he just lands like a flurry of blows on him and starts like sending him knocking him backwards. Like, so fast. How can he attack that fast? He's like, ugh. He's like, look, Bazuso's being pushed back. He's like, gah! And he tries to block the sword with his axe blade, and Guts' sword just shears right through it. He's like, phew! And as he tries to smash his axe on Guts' helmet, it shatters. Ooh. And you see Guts' sword just like bisecting right into his side. And then as he falls to his knees, he grabs the sword out of his boot. He's like, wait! And he just cleaves his head in two as well. And you see as he falls back, where he's like, whew. As you have the Golden Age 3 end. And then we get into the Golden Age Chapter 4. He's like, now the enemy falters! Mop them all up! And you see the rest of the soldiers all rushing in. And you see another big one trying to take out Guts as he's kind of examining his injuries. And he just kind of cuts them through the middle as well. He's like, Ch-. It's like, wow, the enemy's got some great ones too. It's like, who's stronger, you or him? It's like, there's no comparison, man. Right, Griffith? As we see an iconic falcon-headed helm shape watching this from above in the battlements. Like, this castle's done for. Let's get out while we can. Jeff, here's half a year's wages and the reward for this battle. Count it yourself. It's like, you were fabulous, though. Luck or not, to think that a young man like you against that Bazuso? Well, frankly, I'm shocked. How now? Would you like to try serving me officially? I wouldn't mislead you. I'll pay you 3 times what I've already paid you. And if you wish, even promote you to squire. It's like a squire is a knight's apprentice. It's like a mere merc like you might never get this chance again. And you see Gus just kind of like biting the coin to make sure it's real. It's like, how about it? And Gus just walks off with no response. It's like, the contract's up today, right? Looks like the fighting around here is done anyway. He's like, oh, no, hold on. Why keep throwing yourself into dangerous battlefields? What about status, money, and security? Please, at least stay as my guest. And you see the man just grabbing Guts' arm. And Guts is like, don't touch me! As he just knocks his hand away. He's like, ee! He's like, don't you ever touch me! And he just looks like a little scared by that. He's like, feh. He's like, blasted little fool! Go and die like a dog on some battlefield then. As he has Guts is walking away later, he's walking towards some ruins. Jeff-O? It's like, hey, somebody's coming! And you see, hey, look, it's the guy who killed Bezuso yesterday. What's he doing here? It's like, he's an enemy, ain't he? It's like, that's nothing to us now. It's like, but I bet his pockets are well lined. He's got the reward for killing Bezuso. What once was lost is found, you know? How about it, Griffith? And you see this blonde guy just laying nearby going, do as you will. As Mr. Falcon Helmet from before. He's like, hey, alright, you guys come with me. Let's go. To go kill him, Corcus? He's like, what? What's so funny, Casca? He's like, you aren't up to killing him, Corcus. He's like, ha, we'll see about that. I was planning on killing Bezuso and get famous myself one of these days. Think I'm just going to sit back and let this bastard we never even heard of snatch that fame away? She's like, you'll die. He's like, well, just watch. Yeah, that Corcus. Are you sure about this, Griffith? And he's just sitting there silent. As you see Gus just going, is this my imagination? And you see the Corcus and the others just like drive galloping downhill towards them. He's like, robbers? So go get him, Dante! And Guts pulls out his giant sword, just slices through one of the guys and knocks him out of his horse. And he's like, whew. As another giant one swings the mace towards him, you see part of it cuts like a little line in his cheek. And then Guts cuts off his arm with it on there. It's like, this guy's really strong. He's like, hey, Dante and Earl are both down. He's like, look at that. Corcus started this and now he's chickening out. And Casca's like, told you so. And Griffith is like, Casca, go take care of it. She's like, hold on, why me? It's Corcus' fault. He just stares at her and she goes like speechless and goes, alright, fine. And she goes and puts on her helmet. He's like, hey, Rigel, go get him. He's like, why me? And you see, ee! As Gus just lunges forward. And you hear shink as a crossbow bolt flies into his arm. He's like, Casca! Here to help? He's like, only because Griffith ordered me to. He's like, stay back. And as Guts pulls out the arrow bolt, Casca pulls out her own sword and charges towards him. And she kind of like launches herself, or she like, is that a two-handed smash she does on the horse? She tries to smash it down on him, and like the reverberations from like knocks her backwards. And you see them exchanging a flurry of blows. And then Guts, as he's doing a thrust towards her, manages to knock her helmet off. And he's like, a woman? He's like, bastard! As she lunges forward, you see them exchanging more blows. He's like, hey, look! Casca's being driven back. The only one of us who can beat her is Griffith, so strong. He's like, driving too hard. And as Guts rushes forward, he manages to knock Casca down. And as he's holding his blade all high above, like ready to land the killing blow, he's like, I'm dead. And you hear shwoom in a tongue as someone throws a spear to intercept. And you see Griffith just standing nearby, all dressed up, watching him. He's like, Griffith! And Guts is like, Griffith? He's like, aha, end of the road for you. He's like, be careful, this guy's tough. Griffith is like, would you lower your sword? And Guts kind of just tightens his grip on it. He's like, I guess not. And as he rushes towards him, he sees Griffith just kind of like casually parrying it and deflecting the blade. And he's like, what? And you see as he runs by Guts, he manages to just spot like a little tiny gap in his armor and pierce into him with his little saber. He's like, he's quick. As he Guts falling back, he's like, all right, that's our Griffith. It's like, wild, just one blow. And he's just standing there silent as Casca's like, amazing, with just one strike. It's like, he was a fool, taking Griffith head on like that. And Casca's like, excuse me? Who do you think Griffith put his life on the line for anyway? He's like, ee! It's like, if you don't know how deep the water is, don't jump in. And Cork is like, alright, this was my mistake. He's like, hey, say something, Griffith. He's like, you've made your point, Casca. And she sheathes her sword as Guts slowly gets back up. He sees a pool of blood just dripping down his arm. He's like, what's with this guy? He seems struggling forward, even as like blood's pulling down. His blood's like pulling around him. It's like, stand aside, Casca. As Guts heads up towards Griffith, and he tries to like swing his sword up above, and he just starts falling forward and collapses unconscious. And Griffith takes off his helmet, looking all ethereal. As we have the Golden Age, Chapter 5. Oh, man. Yeah, so Baby Guts having like a little dream sequence of like a golem-ish Donovan-like figure like chasing after him. And he sees Gambino sitting nearby on his little chair on a mountain of skulls. He's like, Gambino, save me! Cutting this thing with a sword doesn't work! He's like, Gambino? He's like, don't be ridiculous. That's my right leg you got in your hand, isn't it? Without that, I can't even use a sword. And he does imagine like him holding Gambino's severed leg. And he drops with it. Ah! He's like, besides, did you forget? I'm dead and gone now. You shoved your sword right up through my throat. Hurt a lot, even to death. And you see him just like kind of peeling his head back to show how it was almost cut off. He's like, who'd help the creep who caused all this anyway, right, sis? Ugh. And you see that the dog now has the like disease-looking head of his foster mother. He's like, Gambino, listen, You have guts. Oh, man. And you see him just kind of like being kind of wrapped up in like this black swirl. It's like, Gambino! It's like, you should have died. It's like, forgive me. Please forgive me, Gambino. It's like, you should have died. It's like, don't touch me, stop! And you see as Guts wakes up again, he's like, a woman? It's like, dark eyes. It's like, where am I? And you see him just like recovering in a tent as he's been all bandaged up. And as he walks outside, he sees a bunch of mercenaries like bathing or playing together. Or just doing like general hygiene stuff. It's like a merc band? Really young though. He's like, that's... And he spots Casca and Griffith nearby. As they're having like a little argument. And she kind of angrily stomps back towards him. She's like, dark eyes. And as she walks up to him, she just punches him right in his wounded shoulder. This guy, I wish you died after Griffith was through with you. And as he's just looking confused, just like, it's only natural. Our Casca gave up being a woman so she could be a mercenary long ago. In truth, she's a much better swordsman than the men here. By Griffith's order, she had to sleep with you for 2 days and 2 nights in order to warm up your body, since you'd gone cold from losing so much blood. Warming a man is a woman's duty, he said. And you see nearby with the hunk and a thunk. As Corcus's bucket breaks. Oh no, sorry, as whoever this guy is throws a little, like the dagger he's using into Corcus's little bucket that he's using for bathing. It's like, did that wake you up? It's like, what the hell are you doing, Judea? He's like, sorry. And you see Griffith standing nearby. He goes, I'm Griffith. What's your name? He's like, Guts. And he has like, Griffith is just holding his sword and goes, it's an amazing sword. I could never wield it. And he hands it back to him and he goes, would you accompany me? And he's like, Casca's like, Griffith? It's like, pshaw, what the heck's Griffith thinking, saving a creep like that? It's like, maybe he's making an ally. He's like, huh? He's like, I mean, he was incredibly strong. On our side, I'll bet he'd really help with battles. It's like, quit spouting that crap, Rickard. He cut off Errol's arm and killed Dante. How can we just leave him be after that? And he's thinking, you're the ones who started it. It's like, right, Pippin? You see this giant, muscular, Samoan-looking guy just standing nearby silently. As you have, so who are they? All these guys with the evil eye? And Griffith's like, the Band of the Hawk. And Griffith is like, or Gus like, the Band of the Hawk? It's like, you know of us? It's like, just rumors. The Band of the Hawk, one of the last merc groups you ever want to meet up with on the battlefield. Thanks to them being on the other side, this last castle siege should have been over in 3 days, but took over 3 months. Still, I never noticed it during the battle. To think they'd all be so young. And as he as Guts follows him up to a little hill nearby, he's like, ah, what a view. He's like, why? Back there, why'd you miss my heart? It should have been easy for you. Why didn't you kill me? You see Casca standing nearby behind a tree eavesdropping. He's like, because I realized I want you, Guts. And Guts is like, are you a homo? It's like, we were also in that castle 4 days ago, and fortunate enough to watch your one-on-one combat with Bezuso. It was admirable, but it was dangerous. If Bezuso's battle axe hadn't cracked, it would have been you with the cloven head. It's like, probably. It's like, you're honest. The way you fight, it's almost as though you're gambling on your own life. You don't budge an inch against a monster like Bezuso or multiple opponents like Corcus' group. Instead, you run in recklessly sword swinging. It's no doubt courageous, but it seems that while intentionally exposing yourself to the risk of death, you're also struggling to make it out alive. That's how it felt to me. It's like, you're interesting, and I've taken a liking to you. I want you, Guts. And you see Casca just like hiding behind the tree. It's like, who's he think he is, talking to people like that? It's like, and if I say no, it's like, do you? It's like, you bet your ass hell no. He's like, oh, grimaces as he's like pulled at his wounds. Like, talking like you know who I am? What do you know anyway? What can you know when we've never even met? He's like, I don't know at all. It's just the way I felt. He's like, this makes me sick. You stabbed me and now you're all buddy-buddy? You're the ones who attacked me. I've got no intention of just forgetting that. And I killed one of your men, so I'm not about to tell you to forget that either. You and me were enemies. And Griffith is like, what will you do? He's like, oh, that's simple. And he draws his sword. He goes, we'll settle it with these. If I win, I'll give you a matching hole in your chest. He's like, what if I win? Then you make me your soldier or fag boy or whatever. He's like, all right. As Griffith just like pointing on one shoulder, just like puts a hand on his sword and he draws it. Like, I don't dislike doing things by force. Casca's like, Griffith! He's like, stay out of this, Casca. He's like, but it's like, I must obtain the things I desire. And he's like, it's that damn superior attitude that makes me sick. As he does an overhand swing, you see Griffith just casually, like a fencer supposes, he comes and swing to intercept it. And you see Pippin kind of just like doing a look over to the side. He's like, what's up, Pippin? And Ricker's like, look! And they're watching Guts and Griffith's duel. And you see Griffith just seemingly like effortlessly just blocking and parrying all of Guts' attack as he slices him across the arm. And he's like, how did he do that? I'm confident I can slice even steel plate with this sword. He's parrying all my attacks with that narrow blade and damn well doing it with just one hand. This guy's good. So we can postpone this, you know. You're disadvantaged with those injuries. He's like, can it? And you see him coming in like raining a flurry of blows. He's like, I'll win. I'll beat him. Faster, stronger. You see Casca just like looking all worried nearby as the rest of the band are like, that insolent prick, kill him. He's like, hold it. It's Griffith's orders. Don't interfere. He's like, don't be stupid. This is our chance to kill him. Out of the way. And she draws her sword and goes, since when are you the boss, Corcus? Here, Griffith's orders are absolute, remember? And with the shoe, you see Griffith just raining like a flurry of pluts down on Guts, just relentlessly pushing him back. As Guts just gets like angrier and angrier. And you see him knocking up a pile of dirt towards Griffith's face to blind him. He's like, no fair! And as he tries to do an overhand thing, he's like, gotcha! And you see Griffith just leaping up nimbly and balancing himself on the edge of Guts' blade. And he just draws it to the ground as he draws his sword on his neck. He's like, oh wow, did you see that? Unbelievable, he's godlike! It's like, Griffith beat him! He's like, I like you more and more. You'll do anything to win. But you can't swing your sword like this. What now? Feel free to give up if you wish. And Guts is like, you're a talkative bastard. I'll show you how mouth should be used in a fight. And he just uses his teeth to bite down onto the blade. And he just biting down hard enough to draw blood. And he like leverages the sword and like pulls it up to knock Griffith off balance. He's like, Griffith! And you see both of them just tumbling down the hill. He's like, he's fallen! And you see Gus just mounting him and just starting to like punch and kick him. He's like, no way! He's like, wait, don't tell me Griffith's the one losing. It's like, you fool, it's strategy! And Casca's like, yeah, but I've never seen Griffith like that. Crawling on the ground? And you see Gus just swirling around, just dropping a bunch of blood out of his mouth. It's like, how's your own blood taste? But that's the first time that pretty face has ever been hit. He's like, it's over. As he's going in, and you see Griffith just looking all like anticipated and excited as he grabs Guts' arms in a lock. Ooh. And kind of judo throws him to the ground. He's like, yeah, that did it. It's like, that was quite effective, but it's all over now. Will you concede defeat, or will I have to dislocate your shoulder? Choose. And you see Guts going, asshole. As you just see her pop as he dislocates the shoulder. He's like, oh yeah, that's our Griffith. It's like, we didn't know what was going to happen once you fell off the cliff. It's like, moron, you think that would finish off Griffith? It's like, wow, you really are tough. He's like, hey, that's what you get. Come on, stand up. As Cork is trying to pull him up, and Griffith stops him. He's like, Griffith? And he just grabs Guts' face and goes, now you belong to me. It's like, what's that mean? It's like, from now on, he's one of the Hawks. And you see Casca watching all this as she goes, he's never said that before. Griffith's never said a thing like that. I want you, not to anybody. And he's like, I lost. He crushed me. Shit, it was pathetic. And you see Guts like lying in his bed, all bandaged up. It's like that innocent grin, ear to ear like some little kid. But the bastard didn't even think twice about pulling my shoulder out of joint. He yanked it like it was a doll's arm. It's like, God damn it, what the hell is he? Here's whispering outside. It's like, you really gonna kill him, Corcus? It's like, shh, don't chicken out now, there's 7 of us. Didn't you all say you hated him too? He killed Dante. It's like, yeah, but he's so friggin' powerful. Besides, Griffith, it's like, don't worry. If we're lucky, we'll just kill him in his sleep. Besides, he can't use a sword when he's busted up like that. If we ditch his body somewhere in the woods, even Griffith will think he ran off. And inside, Gus just grabs his sword as he goes, these guys will be no problem at all. It's like, okay, go Sam. It's like, why me? It's like, you always do this. And you hear her, that's far enough. Even if he's wounded, he isn't someone you can beat. He's like, Casca! So get back to your tents now, and I'll overlook this. And they're like, he's like, hey, get back here. He's like, sorry about this. We'll just go. It's like, Casca, why do you always take his side? You've got a grudge against him too, right? You had to act like a whore for him for 2 nights, or did something happen then? And you see her just pulling her sword on him. He's like, yee! He's like, say that again, and I'll take your head off. He's like, don't get so riled up. It was just a joke. She's like all always scared. She's like, huh. As she's walking away, Guts opens up the tent flap and walks outside. And he goes, that makes 2 I owe you. So I'll say thanks for now. And she's like, don't get me wrong. I'm just following Griffith's orders. If I didn't, who'd bother with you? He's like, go on and get yourself killed in battle. And you see as he goes back, he tries to lie down and he can't sleep. So he rolls up his bedding and just kind of like goes and like sits nearby and leaned up against the chest instead and falls asleep. Again, very, very intricately drawn. We have the enemy's main force is on top of that hill, about 2,000 strong. Our job lies behind the hill, setting fire to the enemy's rations and supplies. To that end, we'll take a roundabout route along the river and launch a sneak attack from behind them. Once the deed is done, ride back at full speed. Cut through the center of the enemy camp and make directly for the castle gate. He's like, through the enemy center? It's like, what's our support? And Griffith is like, there is none. I was told there's no might to spare for a night strike on the enemy. It's like, feh, the cowards. It's like, they didn't miss a beat. They've got that much confidence in Griffith? It's like, the rear guard will be Guts. You'll see to it. And everyone's kind of shocked by this. It's like, it's a rough job. You have to keep the enemy busy and protect the escape of your allies. It's a direct forest road, but you'll still have to keep perhaps several hundred horsemen at bay while fleeing. There's a high risk of death. Can you do it? It's like, it's an order, right? It's like, right. It's like, what's Griffith trying to do? It's like, I bet he's just testing him. Anyway, it's a shame. It's like, won't he just run off? Casca's like, no, it's dangerous work, but also an important duty. He's not just doing this in order to test him. Griffith trusts the louse. And he's like, that's the end of him. And see everyone getting all armored up as they get ready for battle. Yeah, this is more like in the river than along it. Jeff, I'll bet the enemy doesn't think anyone would launch a sneak attack from a swift current like this. Also, this wind, it hides the sounds of our movement. If we're attacking from their rear, we'll be dropping fire on them from windward to boot. All this was taken into account? And I see Judo just like mentioning a stop as he sees a soldier nearby filling up some barrels. He throws a knife into his neck to take him out. As you have, sorry, a second here. See next with the enemy camps where you have like all their rations, I suppose. It's like, oh, it's so cold. What a crummy night to be on sentry duty, I swear. Not even any forest wolves on a night like this. It's like, huh? It's like, oh, enemies! There's sees a bunch of torches like making their way out of the woods. And you see Griff. He's just running away scared as his army was just like falling up behind him. It's like, well, why is the enemy behind us? Like, enemy raid! And you see him just cutting down everyone in the camp. Jeff, throw! As they set fire to all the tents and all the supplies. It's like, the gunpowder's on! As you see an loud explosion. It's like, disregard the enemy. Break through in one go. It's like, it's a night raid. Attacking from behind. And as they just rush through the camp, taking out a bunch of the soldiers. It's like, right double file. Now escape. It's like, General, it's disastrous. The provisions and powder magazines are burning. It's like, I can see that. Hurry and carry them out of there. But the strong wind carries the fire faster than we expected. If we aren't careful, a tailwind spread it to the men's tents. It's like, dispatch the cavalry. If we let a bunch of mercenaries do this to us and get away with it, the knights will be disgraced. Now as they're riding away, Gus is like, they're amazing. I've never seen a sneak attack that quick. That's skillful. He's like, from here on out, it's my job. And I think this is the next volume. Yeah. So yeah, we'll cut it off from here because I think that's as good a place as any to stop. Yeah, we're almost at the 45-minute mark as well. Yeah, so give me a second. No? Yeah, 456. Okay, yeah, we're good. 239. So give me a second, just make sure that was the right page I stopped on. Which page are we on? Give me page numbers, please. I would really like... Yeah, okay, cool. So just quick thoughts on the first part of this volume. So kind of we're getting like a little bit more of like Guts' backstory now, where like setting up the whole present kind of conflict, everything else with that. I do also like the little touches of how Muira is kind of talking about and addressing like trauma and like PTSD and things like that, where we have Guts as kind of like instinctive revulsion to anyone kind of touching him because of the assaulty experience kind of as a kid, and also the trust issues he now carries with him because the one person he kind of trusted to take care of him, to look after him, betrayed him. And so now he has a really hard time kind of like, you know, playing nice with anyone else or being able to kind of trust or believe in anyone in the current state. So it's going to be kind of interesting seeing kind of like him opening up again, kind of learning to do that before it's all kind of broken. The trust is broken once again. Because like I said, I have read Berserk like many, many years ago, but I only have like vague recollections of like future things and events and stuff that happened. So that's kind of why I want to do this read-through, is kind of go back through and kind of like go through the entire series properly to kind of understand all like the hype around like how the series and understand its appeal. So yeah, like a bunch of this stuff is really very good. Like there's not much to say because a lot of it's just very much development where like we're meeting the Band of the Hawk, we're kind of seeing their camaraderie and kind of like how they rally around Griffith, how he's able to like so charismatically like command a group so young and so renowned. Like I said, with the essay stuff, we'll kind of talk about that I think once we get significantly deeper into this here, because once we do, I want to link an article one of my friends wrote which kind of addresses kind of like the highs and lows of how Muira talks about it and how he dresses and draws it in the series. So I don't want to touch upon that too deeply at this point once we get a little bit further into that. It's also interesting him bringing up kind of like the whole sexism ideal with like Casca being like, oh, you know, she threw away her womanhood, like blah blah blah. She wants to be seen as a mercenary, and how she's kind of being constantly being still kind of devalued still in that regard, where Griffith kind of orders her out of everyone else in the camp to be the one that has to provide body warmth to Guts while he's recovering. And she kind of like laments like, oh, you know, he's never said like, I need you, I trust you, kind of to anyone else but to Guts, like the entire time he's been with her. So you can kind of tell that, you know, like she has developed a crush on him, and she kind of wants him to want her in this like the homoerotic way that he wants Guts right now, but he's not really seeing her in that regard yet. So again, it'll be interesting kind of seeing her and her development going forward, because again, I have been spoiling a few things regarding her arc and stuff going forward. So I don't want to touch too much on that right now once we get a little bit deeper into it. But I do think she is an interesting character, so kind of looking forward to where the story goes from here and kind of develops her with regards to that. That said, I am looking forward to the next couple of chapters and volumes of stuff, because that introduces one of my favorite characters in the series, so I'm looking forward to going back to his reintroduction, kind of exploring all of that stuff. But yeah, solid start to the next volume. Really am enjoying Berserk. So far, I'm looking forward to kind of catching up and seeing like the later arcs, which I think are the ones a lot of people really talk about with regards to the series. So looking forward to catching up with that. Apart from that, like I mentioned, Shonen Jump stuff will be back next weekend once Spy Family drops. I think a new Gokuraka guy is coming out tomorrow, so I might react to that when that chapter drops as well. A lot of good stuff is going to be coming your way next little while, so please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, next week I will try to get back to a normal recording schedule. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.